Hello and welcome, my lovely Leos. Leo, your pick card in the tarot is the King of Wands, the card of leadership. Look at them sunflowers. It's because you are ruled by the sun, and the happiness card also calls back to you, Leo, because it's so sunny. So, Leo, you are the brave, the inspiring. You are the great example. You show us how to do it. All right, Leo, this is your weekly intuitive energy and card reading for the week of December 2nd through 9th, 2019. Remember, time is merely a pretense. This could be past, present, or future energies and or lessons. What else do I have? Oh, Leo, this is a general reading. Sun, moon, house, rising, positions, cross-watchers, welcome. However, it still will not apply to all. But do hang around for the entirety of the reading. Remember, your sign, the stars you were born under, represents the lessons you need to learn through your life. Which means that if you listen to the entirety of all your Leo readings, you're preparing yourself for a very spiritual life, like listening to any good Aesop fable or fairy tale. I'm going to do some fairy tale cards in a little bit. Fairy tale oracle cards. I'm going to start those. All right, my lovely Leos, what do we have in the sky above us? Well, let's keep in mind that the whole of 2019 was about a lot of painful revelations and a lot of kind of like stretching our arms and seeing what we could do. Well, now, in the last month of 2019, December, Spirit is preparing us for 2020, which is this fantastic year. It's a year of grasping our dreams, living the lives we were meant to live, following our soul purposes, you know, getting back on our proper paths. So right now we have all these truths, painful truths, some of them, and Spirit is saying, well, what's next? Well, Leo, I expect you to show us how it's done, like you always do. Right now we are in Sagittarius season. This is that footloose, fancy-free season. Think centaur with the bow and arrow ready to fly, and hitting our mark. It's the last fire season before this new solar year in Aries as well, so enjoy that, Leo. But the most important thing is that Sagittarius also forces us to consider other people. And this past Tuesday, before this week, we had that new moon in Sagittarius, and it was all about what would happen if you did your fair share. What would happen if you did exactly what you wanted to do and you didn't pretend to enjoy something or just do everything for everybody else's sake. You know, who would have to step up? Who would have to step back from you? Who is holding you back? Who is pushing you forward? Are you just moving faster and getting nowhere? Those kinds of questions. So Spirit is really forcing us to, and with Mars in Scorpio still, those are deep, deep emotions that we are going to act on. People are probably a little crazy around you as well, but that's also because they're having to think about other people in that reverse situation right now. Sagittarius new moon was definitely a pause during this transformative Scorpio, Mars, and Mercury season. I've been on a pause. More later on that, but it's that pause also where you start saying, I don't want. Remember, I told you right before you start coming into what you do want and coming into major transformation, you start saying, I don't want. You know, do you want McDonald's? I don't want McDonald's. Do you want the pink dress? No, I don't want the pink dress. What else is there? You know, it's not even that. It's more like, I don't want that. I don't want a person that does this in my life. I don't want this kind of evening after work. I don't want this kind of job. So you're starting to move forward to what you do want. And that's coming very soon. But right now, it's also a perfect time for the holidays because it's all about kind of enjoying each other and letting each other fly. All right, let's get to this reading. Me being the Queen of Wands, the Queen of Clovers, my readings tend to focus on life, craft, action, nurturing ourselves and others, and using our will for the highest good and calling with unconditional love. And of course, gratitude. And I thank you all for your likes, subscribes, your comments, your shares, your views. It's all been a great help. Please continue to subscribe. Remember how I told you I was so excited to live with small children. That is them creeping in the halls, making some noise. They love it when their auntie's home, but I gotta finish these readings. All right, first card for you is, the Emperor card, the Aries card, the Don't Underestimate Me card. let's remember the Emperor in this card is the cat. The cat, you say, well, he gets shit done. And quite productively. It's amazing what a cat can do in 24 hours. But more importantly, it's don't mess with me. I am the Emperor of this ship. I am a Leo rising myself, so I know when I really want to feel my Leo energy, I always say what I said in the beginning. Leos show us how to live. They show us how it's done. And I'm not just talking about partying. I'm talking about every little brave thing. Alright, so I have the Emperor card here, and yes, it is the sovereignty card. It is, you know, sovereignty over self, especially. Even if you do not have an empire on account of, you know, they're not very politically correct right now, but you have your empire, and sometimes your empire is just yourself. A lot of people run businesses, and their empires out of their cards to start. So don't judge your empire on its size. Size is not that important when it comes to empire these days. Alright, let's see what else do we have. But it is that don't fuck with me card. Could have an Aries in your energy, but I have the Five of Pence, the poverty card, like how the fuck did I get here card. Who dropped the fucking bomb on my life? Yes, that is a nuclear bomb that they've dropped on this life. How did I get here? You know? How did my life turn like this? I love this new camera because it shows the cards in perfection. And although angles of me are not that great, I'm not that fond of, but I do love the look of the cards. And one reason I love the look of this cards is look at, she's going to start cleaning up her life here to take over this win, to get out of this poverty, to get out of this deep, deep hole she's gotten herself into. And it's almost like I don't even know how this shit happened, who dropped a bomb on my house, you know. But there's nothing left to do but start cleaning up and start again. And this is probably why you're like, don't mess with me. I have work to do. My bank account is empty. I feel that, Leo, that you're like even a little pissed off, a lot pissed off that you don't have what you should have. And these two cards are in the upright, so this is very direct energy, very leonine energy, very much, no, don't fuck with me. And I have the Two of Cups in reverse, and I ain't being nice about it. There's nobody. This is a great betrayal. You went through a bit of a betrayal. This is kind of like, I had to leave my job. Do you remember that movie, In Her Shoes? Oh, love that movie, sister movie. Sometimes a little weird, but sisters, right? This is, I had to quit the job because I had an affair with the partner and he slept with my sister, kind of like I had to leave. I left because I was in an abusive relationship. I had to leave. He tried to hit me. You know, you left before even that started. It's kind of like I had to leave, like, instantly. Very, like, it just had to end. Nobody even knows what happened, kind of thing. And it did leave you at a loss. A lot of us are coming out of losses, but this is coming out of a loss because this is almost like the realization. It feels like the realization that this is fucked up. And, you know, when your heart's broken and you like lay around and get a little caveman in your apartment, this is like, I gotta get up, I gotta brush my teeth, I gotta comb my hair kind of thing. And yeah, this Knight of Pence, it could be a Virgo in your energy, but I feel like you're pulling on that Virgo hermity energy with this card being the Knight of Pence. And it's because you're pulling away from everyone. Two of Cups in reverse. Remember, there's no love here because you got shit to do. And you do not like the way your money has moved. You don't like the way it was manipulated or used. This is also the Page of Pence here. It's because you're hermiting. This is not ghosting. There's a big movement in the spiritual community about ghosting versus hermiting. And this is hermiting because you are working on stuff. Specifically your money with the Page of Pence. You're working on your personal value. This has servitude in the Knight of Pence card. And this feels more like, because you had the Emperor card in the upright, it feels like I ain't serving nobody anymore. I am serving myself. This is Leo serving Leo. that kind of energy. And it feels really good. Like, I need this energy. I need this energy to get working out again. It's that energy of just driving forward. It's that we have to pay attention to Leo if we're going to know what's going to happen to us next year, because they're going to be ahead of us. They're going to be a little further ahead of us, because I see that you're already pulling yourself up out of those deep waters, and you're pulling yourself out of whatever hole you may have fallen in this year. You may have stabilized yourself. You may have tolerated a little bit more shit than you should have. Fire signs are excellent copers, because we can make the best and the most of so much. But this is I am making more. I am doing more, and I am serving myself. And that comes from possibly having to have served somebody else, or somebody probably misusing your funds. It even feels like if you left a marriage, it was like you found out that the 401k has been spent. You don't care if it was spent on another woman. You don't care if it was spent. You just, it's gone. The mortgage should have been paid off. It hasn't been. You know, things like that. It's like that financial realization, and you're just like, out. I've been working overtime. I've been doing this and this for what? It's that breaking off that theft, that usury. And if it doesn't necessarily mean you're separating in a relationship way, but it does mean that if you are going to remain in this relationship, there will be completely separate bank accounts, completely separate finances, 100%. It just depends on your circumstances. But yes, this is, the service of my life right now is going to be for me and my resources. There's a separating, very financial, very kingdom, very empire. This is my empire. The paranormal, the occult. You have faith. This is, obviously you believe in the occult, or you wouldn't be listening to a tarot channel, but this is you taking on your spiritual energy, really seeking out spiritual help, spiritual assistance, because you're cutting off things that, it feels like you're cutting off things that somebody else would say, oh, you shouldn't do that, or that's not appropriate. I didn't get the Hierophant card, or even in reverse, but what I did get is a lot of earth energy that, as foreign as it is to Leo, you're taking it on because you have to take it on. You have to do this. You have to be the stabilizing force in a way. You have to do this, and you are going to pray your ass off to get through it. You're going to seek advice from spiritual advisors. Do not take advice on gambling from spiritual advisors. Spiritual, especially, you know, I always tell people I'm not psychic at all. I'm definitely intuitive. So these are messages that Spirit wants you to hear. They're not always directive messages. One reason I'm really getting frustrated with personal readings is because people keep wanting, like, what date, what time, yes or no. And that information is very useless to you spiritually. But this is you embracing the faith in yourself, in spirit, in possibilities. It's you, like, I'm in 100% now because I have to be, because I can't lean on anybody else. I'm the emperor. I am the emperor. Don't fuck with me. Oh, Leo, this is tough. Oof. All right, advice from Spirit, because that's a lot of, it's very clear how you're feeling, my loves. 100% clear how you're feeling. And I don't even know, I'm going to pull some love cards, but I'll see if I can find some kind of love, at least get you laid for the holidays. I'm just kidding. I'm not really. Leo, advice from Spirit. Spirit is like, you don't need it. You don't need it. You're moving forward already on the Chariot here. It is the Cancerian card, but that's not the advice. Spirit was just telling me. Spirit was just saying that you don't need advice from them. You've already sought them out on your own. For those of you that have been on your knees instead of shopping for Good Friday, Good Black Friday weekend. Yeah, you did have a Good Friday. You felt like you were crucified almost, some of you. With this, you've found the answer. You're nervous about it, but Spirit says just go. You've already come into some victory when you pull this card, And Spirit tells me that a lot of you went through a victory this past weekend or this past couple weeks, and just from the separation that you've chosen, the Emperor position that you've chosen, the don't fuck with me position that keeps like coming at me from that card. You know, I've lost enough and now it's time to rebuild. Yes, you've already made a victory from that, and this is you moving forward with that Cancerian energy, with your intentions and your plans. And Spirit says that's the right way to go. And you don't need any more advice. All right, real quick, let's pull some love cards from my happy unicorn deck. Very quickly, let's see what we got for lovey-doveyness. Okay, yeah. This is really interesting energy. Jack of Fire would be you. Fire under your ass. But this King, you feel a little worn out. You're not sure if you got it, is what this tells me, Leo. But more importantly, you have the King of Pence here. So you know that you're not going to be an emperor straight up right away. Even though you're vibing that emperor vibe, you're going to try and build a kingdom first. You're not going to be a ridiculously stupid knight of fire, and just, you know, balls to the wall, pass out kind of thing. Burnout's a reality for fire signs. Just keep an eye on that. And that is you doing that right there. It tells me that you don't feel, Spirit says Leos would not feel appropriate moving forward with a love relationship until they have at least a good solid kingdom under them, as opposed to, they're not going to wait for, you're not going to wait to get your whole empire together, but you might consider movement in love and considering your options in love when you have a good kingdom under your ass. I don't even know what to call this reading because it's so, yeah, there's no love right now. Oof. A lot of knightly energy. And this is, you have 3 jacks here. Not to mention the Knight of Pence came out in this reading. But I have the other jacks here. The Jack of Hearts is in reverse, not moving forward in love. You don't wanna. You're moving forward in finance. This was upright when it came out. I flipped the cards funny. But this was like, she was like this. And it's that moving forward in finance. Because you've got some disagreements to manage and handle. It's like I gotta bust out my big sword, my big wands to do this one. You have to, you feel like you have to pull on an energy, big daddy energy, to do what you need to do. Are we surprised? Nine of Swords, removing what no longer serves you. That infamous card of cutting everything out that sucks. And a financial new beginning. A balancing it out. Getting set to start that new pentacle beginning. Leo, follow your heart. It is, this was advice from Spirit. The Chariot card. And I'm going to stick with that. I'm not even pulling more cards because it's just repeating. You're starting over. You're starting from scratch. You're starting from a bomb dropping on your head and probably your bank account. But the Chariot is about that moving forward after a win. But it's moving forward to chase your dreams. Jacks, Knights in the cards are about starting those journeys out. And the only journey you really are that interested in doing is this one. As you see, it came in both spreads. So hang in there. You guys are going to be busy, but this is very smart. This is like mature. It's like you went through your paces, you've earned your stripes, and as you were earning your stripes, you really took a hit, a hard hit. Somebody was not very nice with you about it, but sometimes that happens. All right, Leo, you balls to the wall. Don't fuck with me. Energy is going to take you to the win. So Thank you for sharing your energy with me. Please like, subscribe, share, comment, tip, or donate if the spirit moves you. If you want to book a personal reading. I'm not going to do them anymore. Not for a bit, but definitely have a very good week, my lovely Leos. I mean, you're going to take charge of it anyway, so enjoy.